St. Augustine's Practice School and Apam Secondary. He studied drama and theatre at the University of Ghana, majoring in playwriting. A celebrated actor, he starred in opera, films like Kokren to Me and Deadly Voyage, and co-hosted the iconic TV show Agro. He shares the rest of his journey now.
Welcome back. I am Samuel Atamensa. And as you now know, we have the man, Mr. David Dontoh. Sir, welcome to Footprints.
Thank you very much.
It's been long in coming. I've been chasing, tracking, and trying to plot you for this program, but we finally made it.
Exactly.
How have you been?
Oh, very well, very well. By His grace,
and it shows.
I went under the weather for some time, but I'm back.
You're back?
Yes.
With a bang?
Sure. Very
Thank
well.
God. Thank God. So David Dontoh.
That's right.
It's it's a name that anybody who has consumed media in Ghana, and I'm talking about traditional media in Ghana for the last 40 years. Let me stretch it to 40 years.
Yeah.
Should know about the name.
Yes.
Is that the way you feel when you are walking about in town?
Well, of course, people see me and some wave, some make eyes, some shake my hand.
Because they can connect.
Of course, those who know where I started from on TV, on stage, and all of that.
Yeah.
But the name Dontoh itself is a corrupted form of Odowonto.
Who?
Odowonto. You can't buy love.
Odowonto.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
And this is obviously Fanti.
Exactly.
Okay.
My father's father comes from Gomofete.
All right.
And my mother from Cape Coast.
Oh, lovely.
The original.
So that's Gomofete by the beach.
Yes. In fact,
have you been there before?
Oh yes. My father was buried there. My brothers were buried there.
You know they used to have a football club.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fire Note.
No. Way before
that's Gomoa Fire Note.
Way before
Fire
they
Note.
had a football club called Gomofete Great Superstitious American Wonders Football Club.
Oh my God. That's right.
Back in the day,
I can,
with a name like this, how can you make it to the league?
They won't be able to write the name itself.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's Odowonto.
And then my grandfather, who was my father's father, when he went to school, because they were not going to school those days.
Yeah.
So when he went to school, in the maybe 1912, 1913, thereabouts, the whites could not pronounce the Odowonto.
Oh, I see.
So they decided to shorten it to Dontoh.
Wow.
And that is how I got stuck.
That's interesting.
Yes.
So if you are a Dontoh and you didn't know this, now you know Odowonto.
Exactly.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's very deep. So of course now it's Dontoh, we all know. So
Exactly.
you write Dontoh, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Born in Cape Coast as well?
Yes.
Oh, you were born in
I
Cape
was born
Coast?
in Cape Coast. Yes.
Which house is just a fancy?
100%.
So how was your early life like? Tell me.
My early life in Cape Coast was very interesting. My mother was a fishmonger. Those women who go for fresh fish from the beach, come and dress them, smoke them, fry them, grill them, do all kinds of things, and send them to Mankesim, to Fantinya, Kumasi, to Kejitia, Kumasi.
Yeah.
So she was buying fish from Cape Coast, buying fish from Commander, buying fish from Mina, almost all along the coast. She was buying fish, But she was the last of 10 children. My mother was the last of 10 children. And 9 of them all lived in the house.
Oh.
9 of them.
Typical family house.
Big house. It's actually the Akomfodo Hen of Cape Coast. He's the one who, when the Minsmati chief is coming to sit in state, he's the one who leads him.
Oh, okay.
So it was called Chief Kwekwahin.
All right.
And the Chief Kwekwahin, his cousin, was my mother's father's father.
Okay.
So I come from that house.
Lovely.
And the very first Mozambique Christo church in Ghana was directly opposite our house in Jejano in Cape Coast. And that street from Aidan through Jejano to Nsen was one such wonderful street. A lot of great guys were on that road, on that street. Griffin was on that street.
That's the footballer?
The former Black Stars captain. The first Ghanaian lawyer who studied in Harvard was,
you remember the name?
Yeah, Mr. Addison.
Addison.
Was just close to our house, next to our house actually. Their house was A66/7, and ours was A67/7.
Thank you.
In Cape Coast.
Why were they doing this alphanumeric numbering that
I don't know.
Didn't make sense?
I don't know. No, they had reasons. I think they had to deal with
they were doing blocks.
boroughs.
Yeah, blocks.
And blocks and
I
streets
remember.
and that kind of thing. That's what they were using. You know.
Ooh. So within that space, you did your basic education.
Yes, actually, I schooled at Methodist Primary C, which is on a hill behind Dance P, if you know Cape Coast.
Yeah, no,
Dance Paradise.
Yeah, Dance Paradise.
There's a hill behind it. On that hill is the school. That was my school.
Oh, okay.
From class 1 to class 6. That was where. In fact, we were there when on the opposite hill, there's a valley and then the opposite hill. When the 64, 65, they were building the television transmitter tower in Cape Coast to feed Western and Central region. You know. And then all that place, we used to call that place Aiko in Cape Coast, you know. And there were a lot of people. I still remember my class 1 mates.
You do?
Yes. Sego, Abekwa Gray, you see, the names are all lost.
I mean, you are talking about class 1 should be
59.
59.
Yeah.
1959.
Yeah.
and you remember their names?
Oh, yes. Francis Nettie, Isaac Mensah, Elizabeth Ishan, and Joseph Besebro, Hannah Dublin. You know, all those were, you know, Hannah Dublin lived opposite Jubilee.
But do you see her? Do you see Hannah?
I don't remember the last time. I saw her maybe in the 70s. I went to Cape Coast one time and I saw her. And
I kind of have an idea.
Some fair-colored woman.
I kind of have an idea.
She lived opposite Jubilee School.
Mr. Kembedi Akun, you remember Mr. Kembedi Akun?
Yes, the journalist, the sports journalist.
Was married to one of the Dublins.
Oh,
well,
okay.
Is still married to one of the Dublins.
Oh, then I won't be surprised if she is the one.
Is married to one of the Dublins.
Wow.
So we need to check whether it's Hannah or
she was
in fact the son works with us here, Jojo.
Dublin.
So we are still connected.
Exactly.
So from there, Cape Coast Methodist Primary C.
Yes.
Did you do middle school?
Yeah.
Or you went straight to secondary school?
No, I went from there to middle school, St. Augustine's Practice School.
Oh, okay.
Yes, a stone throw from St. Augustine's College.
Yeah.
Before Baketi Methodist School.
That's by the beach.
By the beach road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going inside there.
Archbishop Kojemisa used to share wall with our school.
Oh, okay.
So in the morning we come and lean on the wall.
Archbishop Kojemisa was the
Catholic Diocese
of Cape Coast.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah.
Well, then you have history, man.
In the morning when we are sweeping the school compound, you come and lean on the wall.
And
be looking at us and be, humming some songs.
That's it. That's it. So 59 all the way to
to 65. I left Cape Coast in 65.
Okay.
Because interestingly, when I was born, my grandfather, that's my father's father, decided that my father could not marry my mother because my mother was not schooled. So I was left in Cape Coast. And that's how come for all those,
you were left with
my first 10 years or
with
so.
your mother? Or
with my mother. I was living with my mother. You know, my first 10 years, I was living with only my mother. But in this our house in Cape Coast, there were about maybe about 50 people living in the house.
Yeah.
Families and families and families and children, and virtually every human being was in that house.
You never got bored.
No, civil servants,
Market women.
Asafo drummers, market women,
Everybody was there,
mechanics,
so.
drivers, teachers.
It was a whole
All kinds
community.
yes. In fact, if there is anything I could refer to as how I got, my skills in acting,
Yeah.
it was from there.
The
'Cause
communal
all kinds
living.
of human beings.
Yeah.
All kinds of human beings. Drunkards, thieves.
The house of drunkards, every family has some.
It was such a place.
So which year did you leave? When you left Cape Coast, where did you go to again?
I came to Winneba.
Oh, Winneba.
First,
So next
I
door.
briefly went to Abercrombie because my grandfather had died, and my grandmother was the only one living there. My father was then, in fact, all the children had left.
Okay. But Abercrombie is not too far.
Far from Cape Coast, yes, just
So
30 miles.
Winneba, and when did you decide to go to secondary school?
I came to Winneba. I finished school in Winneba. My father took me to a couple of places around Accra and then to Kumasi. Mm-hmm. So when I finished school 69, I did up to elementary
Form
4. I wrote
You mean
MSLC.
MSLC.
That's right. Middle school living.
Also called Hall.
Yeah, also called hall, exactly. I remember the day we were going to write hall, we were sitting in this arrow glass, and I was telling myself, hey, this is the first time I'm going to write an exam. What will happen to me? I started crying. It was
But
such
that
a
would be
funny.
interesting. I mean, not many people experience Hall. Most people left Form 2 and all this.
Exactly.
But you went the long
The
haul.
long haul. And that time, if you go to hall,
No, that
you are
was
not a small person.
yes. Because the whole the exams was more difficult than common
I
entrance.
tell you.
Oh, lovely.
So
Then after that, you went secondary.
yeah, I came to secondary school. I
So
came
which
to
school
Apam
did you want to go to?
Apam.
Oh, you wanted to go to Apam
Apam
secondary.
No, that's where I chose and I passed them.
Okay.
The common entrance and I went. And I schooled secondary school from 1 to upper 6, 70 to 77 in
From
Apam.
1 to upper 6
Upper 6 years.
at the Great Apas.
Great Apas, the great. 1967, all secondary schools in Ghana came together, competed against Apam Secondary School in athletics, and Apam won. And they were given the name the Great Apas.
Wow.
That is how we got that name.
All the secondary schools.
All the secondary schools in Ghana.
How could they have done that?
Yeah, we have zones.
Yeah.
When into schools athletics, they have zones. So they selected athletes.
Yeah, the zonals,
Yes.
But apart you people were into the business of recycling athletes.
A lot of them.
athletes-
A lot of them.
An athlete is doing so well at Apam, you notice that he used to be at Nsaba Secondary School.
Yes, or Amedia.
Or Amas.
Or, Adesanya.
And then they all come back to
Really
Apam.
bad, yes. it can be. Yes. I boxed for 6 years.
You did what?
I boxed for 6 years.
As in school? Or when you
When
came
I
out
went
of
to
school?
Form 1, I was actually, practicing boxing in the house because my smaller uncle lived in Takrady, and he was a great fan of Eko Krani. He was a heavyweight boxer. And so he was going to train with them. There's a place called Go Mango Club in Takrady. And that was where, so when he comes home, he doesn't get anyone to spar with. So he will spar with me. And that's where I developed the interest.
All right.
My father also liked Muhammad Ali so much.
Yeah.
At the time, it was called Cassius Clay.
Cassius Clay, yeah.
So when I came to secondary school, that was the very year Joe Oketu was leaving Apam.
Oh, okay.
And Joe Oketu was the national middleweight boxing champion.
All right.
And he had boxing ring and boxing gloves all in the school.
In the school?
So I took over.
Oh, I see.
From Form 1 to lower 6.
You are doing boxing?
I was boxing in the school and no one beat me. In fact, the one who actually, I never had a cut in my face, but the one who opened the cut in my lips was Kofi Amakwini. Was it? No. This man at East.
Rose Pillars.
Rose Pillars.
Rose Pillars.
Yes.
Mr. Makoen is stylish.
Kofi. That's right.
That's the son of Rose Pillars, right?
Yes, that's the son.
Yeah.
That's the son of Rose Pillars.
Yeah. Wow.
He and Kwame, they were all in Apam.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
I mean, for the younger ones, they don't know Rose Piles.
Yes, exactly.
Rose Piles of yesterday is our Accra Mall of today.
Exactly.
That's where you could find all the nice things, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so he also went to Apam.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
no.
he was in Achimota. He came to Apam since for.
Sixth form, okay. Right.
You know. So I boxed for 6 years. But I was also so much interested in athletics.
Right.
Because football, like this Black Stars captain who died, we were all playing school, football, and I broke my leg somehow. So my mother warned me, if you go near football, that's your end. So I stopped athletics, football.
That time,
But I was interested.
They didn't know that there would be money in the thing later.
They didn't know.
So Apam, 7 years in Apam is interesting.
Yes.
And you left 77 or
Yes. 77.
Okay, because I know Kofi Capito.
Yeah, Kofi.
Kofi was
Capito.
there.
Kofi Capito was a year behind me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was a Kumasi boy from
Exactly.
Kumasi boy.
Because my younger brother was a year behind me. And he
And
was
they were mates.
Kofi's classmate. Yes.
And he was loud.
Hey, very loud. Kofi Capito. The Kumasi boys, don't go there.
No, he came from a very rich background.
Yes.
Adum will win.
Yeah. I don't know you. I remember the mother very well.
Yes. So and then what did you study in school again?
I was good in both arts and science.
Oh, I
But
see.
when I got to Form 4, Apam,
Form
you
4.
needed to choose
Everybody will
between
tell you to
arts,
do science.
and business. And Apam had this tradition of always drafting the
think you are good,
bright
then go.
guys to go and do science, so that we will upgrade the science department.
Well,
we had
No, that we were beating you. I went to Swiss school. The science they were beating you. That one we were beating you. Athletics, you beat us.
Yeah, exactly. For athletics, you. And I was so interested in athletics as well. I played hockey.
Wow.
But athletics, I was not an athlete, quote unquote, but I was making 10.6, 100 meters.
Hey.
Yes.
But
yes,
means you ran for your house at least.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I was in the same house with William Amachi, who was a national athlete for 400 and 800.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And there was a race that I last did in the school that is still, referred to in the school.
So you're hearing the voice of David Dontoh. Yes, the actor and everything you can talk about theater arts, presentation, advertorials, everything that he has been in the last 4 decades or so. And he's on Footprint today. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we want to know how he eventually would get into the theater arts and filmmaking. We'll be right back.
Do you want a healthy smile?
Persistent bad breath could indicate gum disease. I'm Tanya from Bethel Dental Clinic, Ghana. Did you know that gum disease is a common cause of bad breath or halitosis? But there is hope. As dental hygienists, one of the main things we do when you come for your periodic visits is to examine your gum health by completing a periodontal assessment. Gingivitis, the early stage of gum disease, is common and characterized by swollen, bleeding gums and halitosis. The good news is that gingivitis can be reversed back to healthy gum tissue. Regardless of which stage is present, a professional cleaning or deeper cleanings are needed as a first step to treating halitosis or bad breath. So, schedule your appointment with your hygienist now to learn more about maintaining healthy gums and getting rid of bad breath.
Healthy smile.
Is it the luxurious rooms? Or the serene green surroundings? Is it the tempting swimming pool? Or the classy conference room? Or the cute gift shop? Maybe is our chef's array of cooking delights. Whichever way, it's all about Cactus Creek. A most respected hotel. 055 039 5007.
Welcome back. This is Footprint, and I have David Dontoh as my guest. So, David, you generally you are known on the screens in Ghana, and for somebody who studied science, so your sixth form, you definitely did physics, you did chemistry. Did you do biology or mathematics?
Yes, biology was my best subject.
So you did biology.
And I did mathematics in addition. I did 4 subjects
Hey.
before general paper. Yeah.
It means you did 5.
Yeah, because I wanted to pass by all means.
So basically, you chose the arts pathway later, as in theater arts.
Yeah, the theater arts actually came when I couldn't get my grades to enter medical school.
You did what we used to call medical school or suicide.
Exactly, medical or suicide.
Medical or suicide.
That's how we used to say. Medical
Or suicide.
That's right. So I got angry, and my father wanted me to go and do what do you call it?
Receipt.
They call
Remedial.
it what? Second World War.
Yeah, Second World War. Yeah, yeah, Second World War. Yeah.
And interestingly, the Second World War, I had decided. So I went and did government, geography, and some other subject. And I still could not get a grade because I was not getting time to study. Yes.
You switched from.
I switched from.
But I mean, for somebody who could dare 4 subjects for A level, physics and mathematics and biology.
And chemistry.
No, I mean, what I'm saying is that you're supposed to choose one.
Yeah.
But you did both.
I did both, yes.
So chemistry, physics, maths, biology.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes.
I mean, I couldn't even finish the pages for my mathematics before. By the time I was done with mechanics, I was tired.
I say mechanics, quantum mechanics. We were so interested in learning that we were just 11 who did science. Our year group.
The sixth form, yeah.
And we had lofty ideas. We're thinking about going to the moon and all of that.
Well, maybe there's still time to go to the moon.
That was when America had gone to the moon and come 69.
Yes.
So it was fresh in people's minds, And so when I didn't qualify to medical school, I got so disappointed, so angry with myself.
Yeah.
What happened? How come I couldn't? But then
at that time, medical school,
and it was only one for the whole Ghana. Before the tech.
Before the tech. Oh, yes. This was before KNUST Medical School. Wow.
Exactly. And they were taking 30 students.
Oh, wow.
The whole Ghana. So if you don't get
times have changed.
The AAA, the AA plus, B plus, and things, forget. There's no way you can.
And you didn't think of doing any other course at the time?
No, my father was an agriculturist, and I liked agriculture so much. In fact, I even had about 200 fowls, and I had a farm at the age of 5. I had a farm right behind let me call it a garden, but the whole house was actually eating from my garden because I planted all the vegetables, cassava, corn, sweet potato, and everything.
Science now switching.
Yes, switching.
You tried
Yes.
The Second World War. You rather registered government,
geography,
and
I think history.
History, okay.
Because I was good in all those subjects.
All right.
Before I shifted to come.
You must have been very studious for you to attempt this kind of switch.
The aim was perhaps bigger than me. The ambition was just too big.
Good.
So I couldn't get to do it.
At this time, were you still at Winneba or you had moved to Accra?
We had moved to Accra. When I finished secondary school, my father was still in Accra, working in Accra. So
Minister of Agri?
yes. No. He had left me. You know, my father worked with Kwame Nkrumah. That's how come I got to shake Kwame Nkrumah's hand.
Oh, you shook him?
Yes.
Was his palm very hard?
No.
Soft, eh?
Very, very soft. Kwame
Showboy. Kwame Nkrumah, showboy.
Yes. I had just come to my father when I left Cape Coast 65. January 66, my father from our grandpa brought me to Winneba. And at that time, my father was working with the Kwame Nkrumah Ideological Institute.
The Ideological Institute. There,
He was in charge of the animal husbandry and all those this and that Greek. You know, so he was actually the one who would supervise anything that Kwame Nkrumah would eat if he came to Winneba. You know, and I was schooling at Winneba and Camel Boys School. My stepmother had gone to deliver in the village, so it was myself, my father, and my 2 other brothers who were living there. So, and our door, the main door was what you call a lock.
Yeah.
When you shut it from outside, you are locked. You can't go back because there's not even a handle.
I get that.
So my father made a duplicate of his key. He gave us one. So in the morning, we would go and drop us in school, and he would go to work. Then we went and played, and I lost the key. So I had to go to his office to go and collect his key so that we could go home, because he would come home later. We closed at 4, and he would come about 8. So I went to the place. I had been there just once. My father drove me around there. I didn't know the place that well. The security man saw me and asked me, "Hey, what are you doing here?" I said, "Oh, I came to look for my father." "Who's my father?" I mentioned the name. He said, "Okay, come." He went and opened some long room with the 2 swing door, whatever. And said there was a chair, 2 chairs at the end of the room. He said, "Sit on one. Wait, I'm going to look for him, and he will come for you." So I went and sat there. About 10-15 minutes, nothing was happening. Then all of a sudden, someone opened the door, and then popped the head out, and that was Kwame Nkrumah. Because I had seen him earlier in Cape Coast when he came there with the Duchess of Kent, So as soon as I saw him, I said, that must be Kwame Nkrumah. Then he walked straight towards me, and playfully said, "Hey, I will have Adoa." He was speaking fancy.
Yeah.
"Oh, we're here, Papa. Who's your father?" I mentioned the name, and "Oh, Mr. Dontoh never you. Say school is here. That's Chiam."
That's all. That was your breakthrough.
Then he popped out the hand. I shook his hand. Said, "Nah, my girlfriend, Oba, Oba." So he just walked out, shut the door behind him. Then momentarily opened it back again and popped the head out and just waved. And that was the last I saw of Kwame Nkrumah.
Wow.
Because it was about January 20th, somewhere thereabout. February 24th, the coup came.
Wow.
Yeah. So I had met him.
It's a real experience.
And because of the coup, after the coup, they were trying to arrest all the people who were working with Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
So my father had to run away. In fact, this is a very interesting aspect of my story. My father actually ran away because they were looking for him.
Out of the country?
No,
Or
in
he
the
went to
country,
hide
but
somewhere?
he just left Winneba.
Okay.
And myself and my 2 other brothers, for 2 weeks in the house, there was nothing to eat. So I would go to Ideological Institute and then go to the pantry. And the rice under, and then the discarded corn, yam and all those things, I'll gather. And then some of the pantry women will add some stew to it, and I'll take it. And I'll come and eat with mine. And we ate that like that for 3 weeks.
Wow.
Until my father showed up one night somewhere and then came and took us to go and live with another woman and went back again until about 3 months later before he came back,
Oh.
to Winneba. So the coup actually was an incident in my life that I will never forget.
Whoa.
Yes.
So how did you eventually switch into the arts?
When I finished and I couldn't go to the medical school and started work with my father, my father decided at a point he had to go back to Kumasi. He was working with Agricare. That company that used to sell
Chemicals, yeah.
Chemicals and
Agricare,
medicines.
I remember that. Yeah.
So
There was also the pickups and all these
exactly,
things in there. Yeah.
So I had to come and live with my auntie in Dansoman. And then my auntie was married to an American who was working with USAID.
Okay, USAID, yeah.
Exactly. So my auntie and the husband went to do some rural development project in Atebubu. So I went with them.
Hey,
Yes, I went and lived in Atebubu.
you crossed the water that time?
Yes, exactly.
The
No,
Yeji-
Atebubu, you don't cross the water yet.
Okay,
Atebubu is,
okay.
from Atebubu to Yeji is about
Yeji, before
43 miles.
Yes,
That's
yes.
right.
Atebubu,
Yeah.
Yeji.
Exactly.
Then, of course, Salaga.
You know. So when they finished that project and they were coming back to Accra, I came back with them. And then she went back to the US.
The US, yeah.
And that's when she asked me to do supervise extension work she was doing on this SH1 or SH2, this Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah, the Kutu
Achampong
State
Estate.
Housing, yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in the morning, my father, you know, we have the culture of reading in our house. So I read a lot. Every morning I would buy newspapers and this. I had gone to the roadside, just opposite Club 250 Junction. That's someone.
Yeah, after roundabout.
After the roundabout,
yeah.
to buy newspapers. And then I saw Alex Bannerman, Akroma
Production.
yeah. He's a 73, the two of us.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he's around.
Yeah. Akroma Productions,
Yeah.
yeah.
73, the two of us won first and second awards, the whole Ghana. What do you call it? Whole season or band season or whatever. The time of the year that you are not supposed to hunt, you're not supposed to go to sea, you're not supposed to hunt. They organized a national art competition.
Oh, okay.
And the two of us, Akroma was first, I was the second.
Oh, I see.
And they took us to specialist training college. That time, the art college
Yeah,
was
STC,
there.
Winneba.
STC, yes. So after that, then when Alex saw me, you know, he when we finished this form, he just went straight to NAFTI because NAFTI was just going to be opened. We finished 77, then 78, NAFTI was opened.
Started, okay.
So he went. Then he had a relative in UK who bought him those days VHS camera, you know. So he went to do animation and camera.
Oh, I see.
In NAFTI. And he was actually doing camera for Sami Adanu, his final year project. Ironically, the title was The Way to Shame of that production. He said, oh, we were supposed to shoot this and the lead character hasn't come. But you in school, you were doing some drama on stage, so I believe you can help us. You can actually stand in with
When you had just gone to buy newspapers.
newspapers, yes. So I said, okay, then let me get home and change and come. So I went and changed and came and did the production with them. And then, you know, they were so happy with the production that now all the NAFTI students wanted to, you know, use me for their productions.
But you are not a student of NAFTI yourself.
I was not. I was still in the house.
Oh, why?
Then my auntie returned from America. And then they wanted to do another project somewhere, Pondo or somewhere there. There was an agric school somewhere there, and they wanted to go and do some project there. So the director of USAID that time, Dr. Uli Hess, he was writing a book on agriculture in the tropics, and I liked it because my father was an agriculturist and whatever, and it was 70 images that I needed to. So I did the illustrations of 70 images. Each image was one CD at that time. So I did it for him, and then he asked me, he's been here to the house twice, and he's always seen me around. What do I do? So I told him my story. I said, oh, but there is some art in you. I can see that there's some art in you. So if the science did not work, why don't you try it? And that was a Saturday. Sunday. Monday, I went and bought newspapers, and then it was in the newspapers. Ghana Films was looking for people to train in stage and film acting under George Andor Wilson, the late George Andor Wilson. So I said, at that I didn't even know Ghana Films. I said, well, okay, let me give it a try. So I walked from Dansoman to Ghana Films.
Wow.
Yes. You know, and when I went, there were about 150 people all, you know, coming to train, you know, in acting. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anything. I didn't know anyone in the industry. I went and sat there from about 10 in the morning, 9:30, 10 in the morning, till about 4. I was still sitting there because I wanted to get to know a lot of things before making the move. I was the last person. Then the late Kofi Middleton, he was on the panel. He popped his head out to find out whether everybody was gone. Then he saw me sitting there, Cratchy.
I don't know how.
Yeah. So, for a second I said, okay, remember, I'm coming. So I went, they interviewed me, and at the interview I had them passing comments. Oh, you can speak the English language very well. You also have the flair. You have acted before, even though you do science. I think you can make a very good actor. Okay, they were picking 40 people. So Monday, come. The next Monday, they invited us. So I came, and my training started there. And from there, I went to Ghana Theatre Club. From there, I went to Talents Theatre Company, and I did a hell of theatre productions on stage.
So this is your entry,
into
the theatre industry.
Exactly.
So this is David Dontoh telling his own story. This is Footprint. We will take a short break. When we come back, we are going to take it one by one. Is it Obra? Is it which movie? All the movies, we are going to take them one after the other, and we'll have a ball. We'll be right back.
While you're done for the day, someone is planning to start theirs. At every given second in the dead of night, an uninvited guest could turn all your hard work into a nightmare. But with Response One's BizGuide monitored alarm, help is already on the way. Our state-of-the-art video verification means the moment your security is breached, we are watching, verifying the threat instantly. Our dedicated response team acts swiftly, ensuring that threats to your livelihood are stopped in their tracks. And with our rent-to-own plan, this unparalleled security is yours with an affordable monthly payment. Protect your business now. Pay as you earn. Join the hundreds of shop owners who trust Response One to protect their businesses. Don't wait for the worst to happen. Act now. Call Response One today or visit our website. Your business deserves the best defense.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
And orange, give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. You are hearing the voice of David Dontoh. We used to call him Ghana Man, and he's had different names. How did you come by this Ghana Man? I'm sure it's a character you played.
Exactly. In fact, our brother started as Keteke.
Yes.
On TV.
Keteke with Joey Isin.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Esikom.
Esikom. Yeah.
Plump, Fancy Woman.
Fancy Woman. Yeah.
The very first 2 episodes, that was the title. I was Ghana Man, and Grisomabu was Ghana Woman.
Oh, so you did Keteke too?
Yeah, we started it.
Wow.
After the December 31st coup, 81.
Yeah.
Some of that they had stopped coming to record because they had requested for what do you call it?
Yeah.
Honorarium increment, and BBC had refused. So they also refused to record. And because Apam had the concert party, that Osofu was in it, Kojo Kwachi was in it, Apam himself was the lead, and then Odi was also in it. They decided to hit the road. Those days, concert party was roadshow, so they were not recording. So at a point, GBC showed for about a month and stopped. So after the coup, they started playing so many other things. They just fearless to take.
So there was some Dazi that they were showing all along.
Were repeats.
No, what I'm saying is that they were not being paid.
No, they were
prior to that.
They were being paid
something,
but they were asking for increment. They were paying them, I think, 40 cedis.
Hey, but 40 cedis was a lot.
No,
you mean a month?
for a month.
Okay, all right.
For a month.
All right.
And they wanted it to be increased to 65 cedis.
Oh,
And GBC said no.
they didn't have,
You know.
man.
So after the coup, nothing was happening. So Rollins invited Nana Bosompra, the late Nana Bosompra, who was then producing Osofodazi, to the castle, and charged him to set up another group that will also come and do the same thing that Osofodazi was doing. That time, I was training at Ghana Films. When I finished training, I would go to Ghana Theatre Club at the Art Center, and then from there, I'll go home. We're at Ghana Theatre Club that Grace used to be a member.
That Grace, Mame Dokun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Used to be a member. They came there. Station Master was doing Villa Kakalika and Avenue A.
That's in the 70s.
In the 70s.
Yeah, with my Gizo and the rest.
Exactly. So the three of them came, Nana Bosombra, Grace, and Station Master. They came there, and then when they came, they picked Esikom, who was with Arts Council Concert Party.
Oh, okay.
At that time. They picked Asemeba Debi, BK Afando, that the interpreter in Heritage Africa, in the church, that man, And then they asked the other guys who is interested in being part of that team because they were going to do a can drama on TV. And that time people shied away because they will laugh at you or your concert.
Yeah.
But I was so curious, I wanted to know exactly what it entailed. So I raised my hand. And then they called me. They called Georgiai, may he rest in peace. They called
Georgiai would later go and work at GBC, right? Is it the same person?
No. That Georgiai became the Director General.
The Director General. It's not the same person.
It's not the
Okay.
same. Yeah.
Okay.
They are two different people. And then Edina Matachi, that time she had finished O-level. She was sitting in the house, but she was interested in acting, so she had come to join Ghana Theatre Club. So she also decided to join in. Theo Okru decided to join in. Amankwampofo was working at GBC already. Yeah. But he even came to join.
He's a Apam guy, right?
Yes. He even came to join about 6 months later. So we started
with
Keteke. And the very first 2 episodes, I was Ghana Man. Okay, the title was Ghana Man because the story was about the typical Ghanaian worker whose salary would never take him home.
Yeah.
So he has to do sandan to survive. And my Dokun was selling kinke at the railway station. So station master, who was then the station master of the railway station, I'll go to him and ask him if he could help me. I say, okay, come on, I'm not Dokun. Oh, it's a Kokrana, Bisobia, there, my Dokun.
Oh, okay.
Then the name Mame Dokun got stuck on her. So she also became Mame Dokun. And then my name Ghanaman also stays.
Oh, so that's where you used to say Amanfwe Moma Yenkambo, Moma Yenkambo.
Exactly. So that was 82, February 82. Then 83, July, Nana Bosompra, was taken off Obra, taken off Keteke. And they brought a Bobaine. And a Bobaine, who was the new director, he was also writing the script. He said the Keteke was restricting him as a writer. So we should use a title that is wide enough to allow him to write about any subject. So
that's how
we
the
decided,
Obra came.
yes, to use Obra.
Wow.
And we went to see Nana Ampedu if he would agree for us to use his song as our signature tune. So he also agreed.
Obra.
And then Obra took off July 83.
Wow.
But July 83, I had just gone to shoot Kukrantumi, The Road to Accra.
That film?
Yes, that film.
Wow.
In Kukrantumi, Kufudia, and Jumapo.
So you have to physically go to
Yes.
Kukrantumi proper?
Yes. We went to Kukrantumi proper.
Wow.
Yes.
I thought it was just a movie, somewhere.
No.
So that vehicle, that
shot.
bone shaker that you see that
Everything
is
was
real.
Kukrantumi, yes.
Yeah,
everything was real. Everything was real, So, I did Kukrantumi, The Road to Accra. But all that while, I was still doing Obra on TV,
Wow.
And then 84, I did Mambo, Talents. I did the Struggling Black Race, back to Mambo.
With Talents?
Talents was under Kofi Potofi, former Admiral boss.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what's the full name again? It's Talents something. How do
Talents Theatre Company.
Yeah,
TTC.
TTC. I remember the TTC.
Exactly.
So this will be in the 80s.
Yeah, that was 82.
82.
In fact, 81 into 82.
Whoa.
They had also just started because that time mobilization.
So they were doing more drama, stage drama.
Exactly.
And you were there. I know that this lawyer, Tony Lita, had something.
Was part of it. Tony Lita was the drunkard who came to announce, that Kwame Nkrumah had 22,000. This one had this. You're fine. You're fair. You're mine. Yeah. That kind of fun.
And then Sylvester Mensah was there. Sly
was a gong beater.
in the trial of Kwame Nkrumah. They do the concert song before.
It was a gong beater.
My man Sly.
That's right.
Oh, lovely. So you guys had a good time back in the day.
That's right.
And you're doing the stage play at the Art Center.
The Art Center. Mm-hmm. So we did. I did back to Mau Mau, the Kenyan independence story.
Independence, yeah.
Then we did the Struggling Black Race. Mm-hmm. We were rehearsing to say when talents came for me, because after the coup, that is into 82.
Yeah.
There was a guy who was playing a role in Black Star. The mobilization under Commodore Bimpe, who had then, joined mobilization. He went to school of performing arts.
Who?
Kofi Botofi.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He, Gesomabo, Kofi Dovlo, Homeku Adre, they were all at school of performing arts. So they did Black Star. And the
that was a movie?
Stage production.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The Teacher of Africa.
Right.
And there was a role, sensuous role, that someone was playing. The guy was called Enokeduse. And after the coup, they said the father ran away to UK. So the mother also decided that the son should join the father. So he left. And he left the role, blank. And they decided to come for me from Ghana Theatre Club to come and play that role. And that's how I came to join Talents.
Oh, I
82,
see.
to do Black Star.
Okay.
And then 83, we did Jogolo. 84, we did Mambo. And I won Best Actor Award for it. Ekrag.
Yeah.
Ekrag Best Actor Award. And then we did the Trial of Kwame Nkrumah. We did Chaka the Zulu. We did
These are all stage
Ike Mata. These are all stage.
But you were in another movie which was very popular.
Yes, I did The Dying of the Light. That's the story of the Liberian War that I played Prince Johnson. And then
you played Prince Yomi Johnson.
Yes.
So you spoke like him? You tried to mimic the way they speak?
Yeah, the director was not so much interested because he said the Liberian intonation is not very clear enough. So I shouldn't worry my head so much, even though I tried to mimic this
we had to live with it when we lived in Liberia. Man.
Yeah.
In Liberia.
Yeah, that's it, my man. So after that, then we did Deadly Voyage.
Deadly Voyage is the one that I'm trying to remember.
Deadly Voyage.
It was deadly indeed.
I tell you.
I mean, I watched that movie. I felt like I was inside the sea.
The story about that movie is so interesting.
Wow.
Stuart Urban wrote the script and started directing it.
It's not Ghanaian.
It's not Ghanaian.
Okay.
He's a Hungarian American.
Oh, okay.
And we shot in Takoradi Harbour, Takoradi, Ketan, Sekendi, and
so this is about Stowaway, right?
Yeah, it's about Stowaway. We shot in Ketan, in Sekendi, shot in Takoradi Harbour. When we came to Tema Harbour, this black American actor in my friend too. I'll remember the name. He was a producer.
Oh, okay.
Danny Glover.
Oh, Danny Glover.
Danny Glover was the producer.
Wow.
Yeah. And he thought, he was producing for HBO.
Okay.
He thought the guy was just too slow. So he decided to kick him out and brought James Montgomery, to come and finish the film. So we finished the shooting in Tema Harbour, and then the rest at Pinewood Studios in London. In fact, all the interior scenes in the ship were shot in the studio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Even though we took the ship when we were at Tema, we took the ship right to sea until we couldn't see land. And they shot some of the, establishment shots and all of that, So in UK, we shot all the remainder of the ship indoor scenes, inside scenes, and deck scenes, all in the studio.
Oh, okay.
In Pinewood Studios in London. You know, and the Pinewood Studios, that's where they have the, what do you call it? The James Bond stage.
Okay.
They call it stage. It's a big studio that they shoot the James Bond series. And that was the day I saw Rambo and Bruce Willis.
Oh, wow.
They had come, they were coming for a shoot in the...
I mean, they were big.
Yeah, that time. And you could imagine, the two of them were walking, they were what do you call them? Bodyguards.
Bodyguards,
you know, around them.
Definitely.
And, you know, as actors, we saw them and wanted to go and say, hey, don't touch him. They had concentrated.
Mind your business.
So much that, you know, he said you will break his concentration.
Concentration, yeah.
So we just waved. And he just nodded.
Wow.
And then they continued.
So you've done so much in the theater space. What do you do now with yourself?
Interestingly, at the university, I did drama and theater studies and majored in playwriting.
You went back to University of Ghana.
Yeah, 85. Went to a World Theater Festival in Moscow, Russia. And when I came back, I had actually applied before I went for the World Youth Festival. When I came back, I got a letter that had been taken.
Oh, wow.
So when I came back, straight to
Lagos.
Straight to Vandal City. I was in Commonwealth Hall. So I went there, and when I did my course, you know, drama and theater studies, I wanted to do acting and directing together. And that was a year, Abdallah was the one in charge of acting.
Yeah,
he had stopped acting.
Okay.
So I couldn't do my acting.
Oh, okay.
And I said, then I'm not even interested in doing the directing because I will direct anyway. Because every student will have to do a directing project, you know. So I decided to major in playwriting. So actually, professionally, I'm a playwright.
Wow.
I write scripts for stage, for film, for adverts, and other things, you know. So as of now, I still write. Wow. And I create a lot of television programs.
Yeah, you have.
You know,
I mean, recent memories, the one you say, agro, then they will shout, wow, so chai. And I didn't know a chai.
I tell you, it was, agro really made waves.
Yes, agro, you know, was impactful.
For about 7 years or so that I did.
At the time, it was sponsored by ADB, right?
Yes,
the bank.
That was why I promoted the Western Union.
Western Union, that's correct.
Fast.
That's correct.
No libi.
No labaraba.
Exactly. It was so exciting, you know, doing the roadshow with agro.
So you still write?
I still write. I still create. Every day I write. But I still act. But because I do, you know, for stage and some cameos in films.
Yeah, but
people don't see.
Tell me, how old are you now?
I was 70 last December, so.
Wow. You are blessed, man. I'm serious. I mean, I'm sure at times you see some of your mates and you feel sorry for.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's the system. We have not been able to put certain structures in place to help the industry. Maybe now, we are now trying to see how best we can put structures in place so that people can earn.
Are you on social media?
I actually was absent. I went on Facebook years back, and some people bastardized me there, and I ran away. About 15, 20 years
you
ago.
have to be on TikTok.
Okay. So I came back, but I'm now only on WhatsApp.
No, you have to be on TikTok.
Really?
No, because you are still in the creative space.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
And in the creative space, you have to be connected. You have to be reachable.
Yeah.
And it will help, I'm telling you, because you can't, as you say, taflache, go into your grave with all this talent.
Anyway.
And people cannot just wake up and go look for you. But if you have to be there on TikTok, not because you have to misconduct yourself, but so you can be reached.
I have done a couple of podcasts, but
no, it still won't do it. You have to be on TikTok.
On TikTok.
And I'm not there because I'm not a creative.
Oh.
I am on Twitter with Wes. We talk small, then we leave it.
That's right.
Then people will insult us small, then we laugh. They will say, sweet, they will move on.
That's right. No, but Okay, as you
No,
said,
you have to be on TikTok. Because see, you are still doing so much with your talent. So much.
And people don't see. Actually, people don't know.
That's why you have to be there. So that people will start tapping from... You know, thing is that it has to be commercialized. You are not Red Cross. There's so much you can do, so much. We the work we do, we need people like yourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I hadn't been engaged to you today, there wouldn't be a way for me to notice that the man still offers these services. He writes plays, he writes scripts for adverts and all. Yeah. So people, this is David Dontoh. He's still in the tie and dye business. He's still writing plays. He's still writing scripts for adverts.
I'm currently in 2 productions.
Oh, you are?
The Honeymoon Hotel and I'm at the Dilemma of a Ghost.
Oh, you're part of the Dilemma of a Ghost?
Yeah, they are all coming up soon.
Wow.
And I'm acting in them. I do act. Last December, I did, what do you call it? The Gods Are Not to Blame.
Wow.
I was part of it.
The gods are not to blame is Olarotimi.
Yeah. Olarotimi, exactly.
Wow.
Yes.
Charlie, there's so much to talk about, but we'll have to end it here for now.
Exactly.
Yes. Thank you so much, David Dontoh. Thank you. That's Papa. He's Abuahin. Because Charlie, it's been long. We've been looking for this man, but finally we got him. And you know that it's been worth it. Thank you once again. People, this has been another episode of Footprints. This time you heard David Dontoh. I am still, the last time I checked, Samuel Atamensa. Catch you again.